Welcome back to our interview with Kathy Spillar. She is the executive editor of Miss Magazine. Part 2, we're going to focus on the Barack Obama's new administration and the economic crisis we are in and the stimulus package that he is offering up and what that stimulus package means for women. Tell us what is in the stimulus package for women.
Well, we've been involved in several meetings with the transition team over making sure that the stimulus package includes investment in sectors where women's jobs are going to be strongly impacted. And we're thrilled that money is going into education and to healthcare, early childhood development. These are.
You were afraid at the early onset of the talk about the stimulus package. They were talking about construction. They were talking about very heavy duty industrial building bridges and so on, and you were concerned that this might not be such a great stimulus package for women.
Well, it wouldn't have been if that was all we were talking about, because to this day, discrimination against women in the building trades and in construction sector is still, women are only about 10% of all of those jobs. So we were worried that with all the talk about shovel-ready, that most of the jobs that would be created would be men's jobs. But we're very pleased that the new administration has understood the impact of how that money is spent. You know, women are now 48% of the workforce. Many women are heads of household, the sole breadwinner. And so it was very important that we were sure that women would be included. And as a result, we're very pleased. In fact, this transition team released an analysis of the economic stimulus plan based on the number of men's jobs and the number of women's jobs that would be created. It's the first time.
What can women expect then?
Well, it looks like about 42% of the jobs that will be created in this whole initial period will be women's jobs in healthcare and education, social work, social services, very critical sectors for a functioning economy. So we're very pleased.
And what about in terms of single mothers and the stimulus package related to housing and so on? How will that affect women who are trying to run a family, for example?
Well, and run businesses. Many small businesses are credit starved right now. So we're hoping that these recovery packages for the banking sector are going to find their way into the household accounts of women. And women are a very large part of the financial industry, employment force. We're worried, of course, as everybody is, that some of this money has been misspent. So we're hoping this new administration will crack down and make sure that the money is going to relieve the credit crunch that hits women businesses, women who are struggling to hang on to that mortgage, and hopefully make a real difference for the country.
How will you know that Barack Obama is going to actually deliver on this package for women? What are some of the indicators you'll be looking out for?
Well, we'll see where that money is being allocated and spent. Is it going to healthcare, where women are the majority of nurses and home health care workers? Is it going to education, where women are still dominant in K through 12 and in early childhood development and child care programs? Women are virtually the total workforce. We want to see good paying living wages, which this new president is committed to. And so we'll watch that money. We're going to watchdog it. We're going to be organizing. We're working very closely with the transition team, but and now the new administration, and we're very close to the new Labor Secretary, Hilda Solis. She understands what the importance of women in this economy and better paying jobs for women who are struggling to survive. So we feel we're going to have a tremendous opportunity to lend our expertise and to bring experts to the table so that we can help as the whole country is helping to move forward again.
Right. In terms of President Obama's appointments, you have some friends, as you said, inside the administration now. You're working with some of his appointments. Besides the appointment on labor, who else would you consider a friend of the feminists?
Secretary of State, the new Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, of course, long relationship with women's rights organizations, understands these issues and the importance of focusing on women and girls internationally for civil society and for development, which is so important to peace. Frankly, just about every woman that he has named to this cabinet and this new administration, we're very pleased. Many of them have long histories of working for women's equality at the local level and at the national level. We feel that it's a very integrated new administration. We're always pushing for more women. We think that women at the table make a difference in the discussion about what to do. They make sure that there's a focus on the differences that different roles that we play in our society and worldwide. So we're very hopeful that already the track record is good and that it will continue and that women will be at these decision-making tables.
Kathy, there's one more thing I'd like to ask you, which is about the Lilly Ledbetter Act, which will be a real litmus test in terms of Barack Obama's administration and its response to the feminist call. So let's discuss that in the next segment. And please join us for segment 3 with Kathy Spillar, where we will discuss the Lilly Ledbetter Act.
Donate today and receive a new documentary film available to members of the Real News Network. The History of the National Security State with legendary author Gore Vidal. Bonus features of the DVD include an in-depth response to Vidal from ex-CIA analyst Ray McGovern, who served under 7 U.S. presidents, an exclusive interview with Colin Powell's former Chief of Staff Larry Wilkerson, and an insightful interview with oil policy analyst Antonia Juhas.
The news magazine of the screen. Living glimpses of history in the making.
Hollywood and Washington, there's a symbiotic relationship. They both deal with illusions. Reality doesn't often play much of a part. I think I saw through a myth of the Cold War almost from the beginning. I was a Washington political kid from a political family. Roosevelt first had radio because he had this great speaking voice and everyone liked to hear. Truman proceeded to break every arrangement that Roosevelt had set up for a peaceful coexistence. And Truman thought that it would be a good idea. Why not just stay armed all the time? And then he devised the national security state. You've got to go up and swear allegiance to the United States or else you're a commie. I mean, we had imported fascism. We get Dwight Eisenhower, who said that we have this great military industrial complex. It is a dangerous thing. And he said this is going to change everything. And the way our country's governed is going to change us politically. Along comes Jack Kennedy, who wanted to make his mark, believed in the Cold War. But he said in this kind of politics, it is the appearance of things that matters. I think everybody should take a sober look at the world about us. The national security state still exists, only it isn't communism anymore, it's terrorism. This is the most serious thing that has happened in the history of the United States. Knowledge is power. We need an honest news system.
We need the real news.
This is the sort of thing we can build right now without anyone else's permission from the government or from the business community. It's the power's in our hands.
If we're not going to sleepwalk into more wars, we think we need to start with a television news network that won't bow to pressure and has the courage to seek facts. And that means independent economics. And that's why we need you.
Make a tax-deductible donation now of at least $10 a month or a one-time give of at least $75. As a thank you for your support, we will send you the new documentary film, The History of the National Security State.